If Earth had no ozone layer, life would look completely different, if it existed at all. The sun constantly sends enormous amounts of energy toward our planet. That energy gives us light, warmth, and the rhythm of day and night. But part of that radiation is extremely dangerous. If you like similar educational content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your friends. This harmful energy damages cells, breaks genetic material, and triggers mutations. Without protection, short exposure to sunlight would cause serious injury. That protection exists. It is the ozone layer. The ozone layer is not a physical shell. It is not a cloud and not a dome around Earth. It is a region high in the atmosphere where special molecules, called ozone, are more concentrated. Ozone is a form of oxygen built from 3 connected atoms. Normal oxygen, the kind we breathe, is made from 2 atoms. Adding 1 extra atom changes everything. The molecule becomes unstable, reactive, and highly energetic. That instability is exactly what makes it powerful. High above the surface, in a rare zone of the atmosphere, ozone spreads like an invisible curtain around the planet. There is not much of it, but its effect is enormous. The ozone molecules act as a filter. When harmful ultraviolet radiation reaches them, the ozone absorbs the energy and breaks apart into normal oxygen. The energy that would have damaged living tissue is destroyed in the process. Each ozone molecule sacrifices itself to stop dangerous radiation. But the system does not collapse. After breaking apart, normal oxygen is free again. Sunlight immediately begins rebuilding ozone from oxygen once more. Destruction and creation happen at the same time. The ozone layer is not a wall. It is a living chemical system. It breaks itself and rebuilds itself continuously. Millions of reactions happen every single second. Without this endless cycle, Earth would be exposed to deadly radiation every day. There would be no forests, no oceans as we know them, no humans. The ozone layer does not exist where clouds fly. It exists much higher, in a region where the air is thin and sunlight is powerful. This is not an accident. This height is the only place where the balance between sunlight and oxygen creates ozone continuously. Ultraviolet light strikes normal oxygen molecules floating in the upper atmosphere. The energy splits those molecules apart into single oxygen atoms. Those free atoms immediately attach to other oxygen molecules. This creates ozone. The process never stops. Creation and destruction happen at the same time. When ozone absorbs radiation, it falls apart into oxygen. When oxygen is hit by sunlight, it becomes ozone again. The system does not store energy. It consumes it. The ozone layer acts like a planetary cooling filter, absorbing destructive radiation before it reaches the surface. But this balance is fragile. Very small chemical changes in the atmosphere can push the system out of stability. Human activity introduced substances that were never designed to exist in the upper atmosphere. And that is where the danger began. At a certain moment, the ozone story stopped being only about nature. It became a story about human technology and its unintended consequences. During the 20th century, industry began using chemical compounds that seemed perfect. They were stable, non-flammable, and cheap to produce. They were used in refrigerators, air conditioning systems, spray cans, and insulation materials. On Earth, these substances appeared harmless. In the atmosphere, they were anything but. They did not break down near the surface. They did not dissolve in rain. They did not react with other gases. They drifted upward, slowly. Year after year, they climbed into the upper atmosphere, until they reached the ozone layer itself. There, ultraviolet radiation tore them apart. Inside each molecule were atoms of chlorine and bromine. When released, these atoms became extremely destructive. A single atom of chlorine can destroy tens of thousands of ozone molecules before it finally loses its activity. This is not an explosion. It is a chemical chain reaction. One reaction triggers another, again and again. The ozone layer began thinning. But something even more extreme happened over the southern polar region. Winter brought darkness and brutal cold. High in the atmosphere, special ice clouds formed. Chemical reactions on these clouds changed inactive chlorine into reactive forms. When sunlight returned in spring, the destruction accelerated. Ozone levels dropped dramatically. This process became known as the ozone hole. It is not a hole in space. It is an invisible chemical collapse of Earth's shield. When scientists finally understood what was happening, the world reacted. For the first time in modern history, nearly every country agreed on one thing: Earth's atmosphere is not optional. An international agreement was created to end the use of chemicals that destroy ozone. Factories changed production. Technology evolved. Emissions dropped. And then something remarkable happened. The ozone layer began to heal. Not instantly, not dramatically, but steadily. The dangerous chemicals already released into the air do not disappear quickly. They survive for many decades. But without new emissions, nature slowly rebalanced itself. Ozone production began to exceed destruction again. The shield started rebuilding. Today, scientists believe that if nothing unexpected interferes, the ozone layer will return to its former strength in the future. But the danger is not gone. The atmosphere remains sensitive. New chemicals, growing air traffic at high altitudes, rising levels of methane and global temperature changes could still disturb the chemistry of the upper atmosphere. The ozone layer is healing, but it is not invincible. Now comes the most serious question. What if the ozone layer disappeared completely? Earth would change in ways difficult to imagine. Ultraviolet radiation would reach the surface without resistance. Human skin would burn rapidly. Genetic damage would increase dramatically. Crops would fail. Forests would decline. In the oceans, microscopic plankton would die first. And when plankton dies, the food chain follows. Life on Earth would not end immediately, but it would collapse slowly, relentlessly, silently. The ozone layer teaches humanity something powerful. The atmosphere is not endless. It is not immune. It does not forgive instantly. It responds, quietly, faithfully, and permanently. This invisible layer above your head is one of the greatest natural protectors ever created. You do not see it, but it stands between life and annihilation.